that a book on Quan Ho?
Oh, yes, indeed it is.
Okay. I think that's the singing, right? I think I've done that before.
Ah, yes, definitely. It is antiphonal singing, sung between groups of women and groups of men.
Yeah, that's they have little umbrellas and they walk around, right?
Ah, yes, the men take the umbrellas and the women wear the big hats.
Okay, yeah, that rings a bell. Are you interested in any other kind of music in Vietnam? Or musical instruments? Or?
Oh, yeah, actually I play the monochord, the Vietnamese monochord.
Okay, what is that?
Well, it's just a single string instrument. You pluck it, and yeah, it produces a sound that is somewhat akin to singing.
Okay.
Yes.
Any other kind of instruments?
Well, pretty much that's it. I don't know. Even though actually I'm interested in learning how to play percussion instruments.
Well, it just so happens we're doing a show in a few days for my show, Living Vietnam in a Day. You seem like a cool guy. Would you like to join?
Great, that sounds like a good idea. When do we begin?
Well, how about right now? I'm jogging up to Swansea. Want to join me and we get to know each other a little better?
Right.
All right.
So let's go.
Yeah. Take off. Well, my new Singaporean friend Phong and I have made it to Doi Tam village in Hanam province, and we're going to make some drums because
I'm interested in Vietnamese music.
Very interested, aren't you?
Yes.
Because you're doing some study on Quan Ho, correct?
Đúng rồi, tôi bây giờ đang nghiên cứu hát quan họ.
Okay. So are you excited to get in there and make some drums?
Well, why not?
That doesn't seem very excited. I need a little more oomph in that.
Totally excited. Let's go.
There we go. That's excitement. Let's get in that factory and let's make some drums. Now.
I thought that the scenery was beautiful. For once, I can see wide open spaces that my country doesn't have, especially in the drum making village. Every other house is involved in the drum making process.
Firstly, we visited the local family who produced the side of the drum from buffalo skin. People here refer to it as thuốc da. Anyway, I do not know how this works.
So the idea...
Yeah, where you get the nice bouncing...
Stretch it taut first before you let it out in the sun.
But somehow they got to get the fat off of this thing.
Ah, yes.
Well, I think our answer lies right behind you there.
Ah, yes.
Carving up there.
Right, there's one piece ready. So, shall we?
Yeah, let's go take a look.
Right. So we just have to pick this thing up, right? Well, when I saw them scrape the fat off and all the other connective tissue off, I thought it was something new to me.
This stage is a hard work, so most of the men in the family do it. Large pieces of buffalo skin must be shaved of excess fat in a clever way. This is an interesting work, but also a challenging one.
After looking, I don't think I can still make a drum independently after that. After this, if you're going to call me to make one by myself.
Although I'm not very interested in shaving buffalo skins, but Phong is. He quickly offered his probation. Although daring face to face with this challenge, but Phong seemed confused. Shaving buffalo leather is not as simple as we thought. Especially it can be torn easily in some part of the skin. I do not know how Phong will manage to do this.
It's not a very easy knife to use. Well, but then again, I've never used any kind of knife to cut buffalo.
When you think of making a drum, this isn't the first thing that comes to my mind. Scraping blubber off of a dead buffalo. But here you go.
When shaving, we have to pay attention, especially to the skin in the armpits, abdomen and legs that require different ways of shaving.
Oh, this is quite possibly the nastiest thing I've ever done. I don't really like to do it, so I'm going to leave our friend here and he can finish it off.
No way.
I'm going to go wash my hands. Have fun.
It looks like our guys are too focused, so they don't know that their companions have stopped. Mental work is encouraging, huh?
I was standing directly beside him. I couldn't really see his face, so I didn't exactly know how he felt. I thought that, okay, I just had to do it. So naturally, I just went through it and I tried. Vậy có đứng không? Vâng.
Tí này, ấn.
Thế thì phải ép nữa.
Cái ép.
Right, here I am. I'm trying to remove the more connective tissue from the skin to make it as white as possible. So you can see such that I have this layer of whiteness. And at the same time I can remove the connective tissue. Not easy. Get your clothes dirty as well. See. I get to scrape the whole thing till it's all white. So to hoist it up, remove the board here. Don't reach. Skinning the buffalo is really a problem because that thing is heavier than it's heavier than it looks. When you just see it, the employees, they flip the skin about, it's as though it is so easy. Actually, it's heavy. That thing is heavy. You need a lot of effort to flip it around, and I don't think I'm scraping it cleanly.
This work is indeed not easy. This owner usually produces 4 buffalo skins in one day, but with the speed of Phong like this, perhaps it will take all day for 1 buffalo skin.
But nevertheless, this activity is pretty meaningful. I mean, well, now at least I can see how instruments are made, how all these things come together, and subsequently, later, how they put this thing on the drum itself. Of course, not so fast. I think they need to go through some preservation process as well as drying out the skin.
After Phong paid a lot of effort and got help from a good worker, buffalo skins are finally finished. Tying buffalo skin already on the big frame does not require much effort but is quite complex, problematic. If you are not skilled, the buffalo leather will be greasy and torn. Phong could only be beside and watch his teacher stretch buffalo leather on the iron frame.
Thì nó sun chỗ thì căng chỗ trùng. Căng này xung quanh nó phải đều, nó phải lấy được độ phẳng.
Hard work. Each and every bit. Every single knot hole of this, hard work. The process after process was fun, and I had very good people to guide me. So there was seriously no need to give up. I mean, sometimes I felt tired, but that was it. I was actually still looking forward to the next process.
Xin chào Phong.
Xin chào, man.
How's it going?
Well, it's pretty good.
Yeah?
Finally, got the skin out. So it was hard work scraping the fat off the buffalo skin.
Yeah.
And not only do you need to scrape off all the fat, get it all the same color, and you still need to get it all even. Anyway.
Well, why don't we move on to something new? The second phase, where we make the wood part of the drum.
So we have to crop out the drum frame?
Something like that.
Okay.
Why don't we, I think it's down the road here. Let's go check it out.
Okay, let's go.
All right.
Right, let's go. Chào anh, đây là công đoạn gì?
Đây là công đoạn ghép thành hình một quả trống, gần như công đoạn quan trọng nhất để tra hình một quả trống mà đạt đúng tiêu chuẩn.
Em thấy rất là hay. Em có thể làm thử không?
Có thể anh có thể cho đây và anh thử ghép thử. Anh làm thử xem, nhưng mà nào phải cẩn thận nó vào tay.
Dạ. Dạ vâng ạ.
Đây là một cái mẫu một quả trống. Mỗi một quả trống nó có một cái chiều cao và độ cong khác nhau.
Thế thì làm to là dễ hơn hay là làm nhỏ là dễ hơn?
Quyết làm thì nó to tất nhiên là nó sẽ khó hơn và mình mất thời gian hơn. Còn nhỏ thì nó cũng thế, công thức của nó đều như nhau hết.
Duy took quite a long time to explain this stage to Phong, because this is the stage requiring technical precision. Everything needs careful measurement and calculation. With these small drums, portable machine like this is usually used.
It looks easy. When Duy was doing it, it looks easy. But subsequently, I thought it wasn't easy because you really need to have a very steady hand.
Small pieces of wood to form body of drums are called tang. To be a good drum, tang must be fitted together.
Anh có thể làm thử được.
Dạ vâng ạ. How does it look like at the bottom? It's still not clean enough. And after that, all the knots, not too easy.
I think you ruined your piece of wood.
Oh yes, I think
It's not usable anymore.
Definitely.
Như này mới làm được à?
Well, let's check.
Có nghĩa là phải có chai tay làm kinh nâu mới làm được.
This man has calluses.
Đấy, có nghĩa là chưa có cái này chưa thể làm được.
I have a little bit.
I have a lot too, but well, it's
Mũi to đằng sau kia, cái mũi to kia.
Not really. Kind of.
not really.
Okay. Khi nào mà hai cái nó khít vào với nhau thì là được.
Okay. Dạ vâng ạ. Phải
Quay sang chiều kia, đang làm keo chiều kia, quay ngược lại.
quay ngược lại.
Đấy.
Phong seemed to be very focused on his work. Even sawdust covered his legs like this.
Well, you knew that I was sitting at the wrong angle, and so all the wooden shreds went into my shoes. So I had to take care of that as well. Vậy, em muốn làm thử không?
You want me to give that a try?
Yeah, why not?
Okay. Do you think I can do better than you did?
Definitely so.
When just looking, I thought maybe I could do it by myself, but I was wrong. Actually, this work is not as easy as I thought. You have to estimate the time to get the drum cells accordingly. And here are my results. Probably I have to do it again.
Phong and I have just completed the first step of making a drum, and it looked easy when Mr. Sideburns was doing it over here, but it's actually quite hard, I found, to get the correct angle and not to mess it up and get any chunks in the wood that you're trying to carve. How did you feel when you're trying to get the correct angle there?
Well, I find that it was even difficult to start with, just sawing the wood.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah.
So it wasn't as easy as it looked when Duy was doing it.
Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Yeah, and luckily I saw you do it first, and I knew not to put my foot here where all the dust went.
Exactly.
Finally, Duy had to teach us again. His actions are decisive, agile, and precise. And now we just stitch them together.
Sau khi chúng ta ghép xong và chúng ta sẽ nâng xong chu vi của quả trống thì chúng ta ghi số lại, đánh số các mép lại và sẽ dựng lên thành hình quả trống.
Vâng.
You
Bây giờ chúng ta đã ghép và dựng xong quả trống. Đã coi như đã hoàn thành bước ghép và dựng. Bạn hãy xem quả trống.
Vâng ạ, hoàn thành rồi.
Cái kín cả trong và ngoài, và cái đường kính của nó này tròn và chính xác.
No, tầm lắm á. No, vâng.
Looks pretty round.
Oh yes.
Yeah.
So this is the.
Somewhat
So we have finished the frame here somewhat.
We've completed the first step by sawing the individual pieces of wood and pounding some wire over them to make a drum shape. So this is done, so let's go see what Phong is going to do for the next step. Phong and I have successfully completed the first two steps of making a drum. First we prepared the buffalo hide for the top of the drum, and then we made a wood cylinder for the bulk of the drum, and now we're here to combine them together. We could make a drum this size, but it takes about a week to make one of these this big, so we're just going to stick with one this size, and we should be completed by the end of the day. So why don't we go find someone that knows what they're doing and we can get it started.
Yeah, fine. Yeah.
Well, we are starting the final step here, and it looks like it's involving a lot of knot tying. And since Phong is really good at tying knots, as he said before, I'm going to leave this in your hands, and I'm going to step onto the frame and wish you good luck, and we'll see you later.
Cái này, cầm cái này, bấm cái này.
Vâng.
Đặt này ở dưới đây.
Vâng.
Cầm này, kéo này lên đây. Giữ này, cái này chọc đây. Cái vào đây. Thế là xong rồi.
Vâng.
Rồi. Mình ngửa đi, ngửa đi. Đút vào nó vừa nãy. Đút cái.
Right, as you can see it, I've tied the poles onto the skin. And, well, I must say I don't really have much of an aesthetic or arts and craft band. But nevertheless, this stage is actually a little bit simple than the previous few stages. And in fact, well, as you can see, at least I managed it a little bit better.
This stage is not hard to do, but if you do not pay attention, it is very confusing when tying. Mine is quite attentive observing Phong. Maybe he's worried that Phong will do it wrong. Come on, Phong. This was the last stage.
Cái kích này, cái này thì nó đẩy cái mặt cái dây này lên cho nó căng lên, kéo mặt ra xuống.
I never knew such a big drum could hold the weight of 2 grown-up men. Really interesting song about drums in Vietnamese.
Let's sing it.
Yeah, let's sing it.
Let's go.
Tình bằng có cây trong cầm, hẹn ai heo bỏ ở my bông nền bom, ở my bông nền bom. I'm just thinking, why am I singing about chom kum when I'm on a very, very, very big drum? Can't remember the words.
The game was so good that both of us forgot the uncompleted drum.
I can't remember the words at all.
It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter.
I valued that experience. I think it was a valuable experience. It's not something that you can just buy.
Continue to work. Come on.
Looks rather good and sounds rather good. Subsequently, what we need to do is just to apply some paint work to this.
Most of drums are painted with red color. This is considered a lucky color of the East.
Ah, Mr. Fung, how are you?
Right, finally finished.
Yes.
And finally even finished with a coat of red paint.
It is a pretty nice drum you have there. Do you mind if I paint a little something on there? Decoration?
Well, go ahead, why not?
Okay. How does that look to you? Not too bad? Could be better. Oh well.
Well, I ain't too good a painter myself.
That's alright. I can fill in on that. But unfortunately, we've run out of time for today. Luckily, we got the drum all good and ready to go. So thank you to our guest, Fung, for being on the show. And you guys at home, have a good weekend, and we'll see you next week.